good evening, and welcome to Tea Time.
Hey everybody, welcome to Tea Time. It is a Monday night. June, baby, we're in June. It's the 2nd, and I'm excited because we're back. Because last week was, the holiday weekend. I hope everyone had a wonderful holiday weekend. I'm going to talk about my weekend real quick and get to my in-studio guest. Friday, I stayed home. I was studying my lines because I'm filming this week, and I also sent in an audition. So, keep your fingers crossed and you see what happens. Saturday, I was in Staten Island with my mom, seeing the familia and visiting my cousins in Staten, Italy, and that was fun. And then Sunday, laundry day because we all need clean underwear, and my girlfriend Doreen and I went to the Massapequa Street Fair, and it was nice. We got some Zeppelis, we walked around, we were listening to the band. It was a lovely day. So I got to give a special shout out to my friend Joe DeBarry, which is pick A, please, because a special happy and a healthy birthday to Joe DeBarry.
Happy birthday.
Whose birthday is tomorrow. I'm not going to say how old he is, but let's just say he gets a discount now. Love you, Joe. Thank you. And Murdered by the Mob. We could stay right there, Carmine, and put up Bunny. Murdered by the Mob. We are actually doing the show this week on a boat in Manhattan, and I'm excited about that. So if you haven't seen the show yet, please go to murderedbythemob.com for all upcoming shows. It is a fun night out. You eat, you drink, you dance, you sing, and it's like going to an Italian wedding. Someone gets whacked, you figure it out, and we have swag and prizes at the end. So check it out. Thank you. So I'm excited because I have an in-studio guest, and I always love to have an in-studio guest. He's a friend. I met him a few years ago. He's an actor. He's a producer. Frank Vitale's here. Hello.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, we finally are doing this.
Yeah, it took a while.
It did take a while, but I'm excited to see you and have my audience get to know you. And there are a few guests that I have on, handful, that can work for the FBI or the CIA. And you're one of them.
Why?
Because you don't have too much personal.
No.
And we know we're not going to get personal, but you don't have a lot of generic personal information out there. So I have to ask,
Sure.
Where did you grow up?
Howard Beach.
Okay. And you're still there?
I'm still there.
And you're never going to leave?
Maybe eventually, I don't know. But
Well, I have to say, let's put up pick B, please, if we can, because I have to say, you are a freaking adorable kid.
Thanks to my
How
sister for that
cute.
picture.
Yes, thank you to your sister. Shout out to your sister for posting that pic, because your birthday was in February.
Correct.
Right, it was a couple of months ago. And look how cute. You haven't changed a bit.
Yeah,
Little
right.
bit. You have facial hair now.
Yeah, I'm actually getting grays on my chin now.
You are, huh? So cute, so cute. So Howard
Thank
Beach.
you.
So you went to which high school there?
Actually, I went to Beach Channel. That's in Far Rockaway.
Oh, it is? Okay. Why? I mean, is that like
I
how
was
you
just zoned
zoned?
there. It was
Yeah,
either John
see?
Adams or Beach Channel. I chose Beach Channel.
Okay. And how was high school? What kind of kid were you? Were you into sports? Were you into theater? Were you
Believe it
into...
or not, I was shy.
I believe that.
Yeah.
I can believe that about you. I can. And then you came out of your cocoon.
Yes.
At some point.
After 4 years, yeah.
All right. So what did you want to be when you were a kid? What did you, aspire to be?
I really didn't have much dreams. If
Okay.
that
Well,
sounds a little
some kids
morbid.
know, some kids don't.
Yeah.
You know.
But I always I did enjoy acting. At first, I really enjoyed movies, even as a kid.
Yeah.
And
What'd you like watching growing up?
a whole bunch of things.
Yeah?
My first true
Did you like comedies? Did you like mysteries? Did you like
Action.
action?
Yes.
Action packed. Yep. Yeah.
My favorite movie growing up was Back to the Future.
Oh, who doesn't love Back to the Future?
Exactly.
Yeah. And were you into the Rocky movies and?
Well, I really preferred the first two.
Okay.
I mean, the other ones were great too, but
yeah.
for the first two, I think it really hit home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then what did you do after you graduated high school? Did you go into the workforce?
Went into the workforce. I worked for Eurocargo. I was
Okay.
working in warehouses,
Yeah.
and then eventually moved my way out of there to Del Mar and became a import-export broker.
Yes. Now tell everyone what an import-export broker does.
Well, for me, entry work, data entry, I basically see everything that the client is bringing in, original documents, tariff classifications are involved.
Everything's from overseas?
Overseas, yes.
Okay.
I get first grab on it on an email, put into the system, and then I correspond with customs and get it cleared.
Yeah. And then over the years, you've worked your way up.
Yes.
Yeah.
I actually got into the business at 19 years old.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're there a while.
Long time.
But that's good. You know your stuff. Mm-hmm. You know?
I actually, I did my first export was a 1983 Ferrari 512, and it went to Kuwait. I guess it was
Really?
for a prince or something. I'm not
sheik?
sure. I'm not sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
How much does something like that cost to ship? Like to
That one
get
in
overseas?
particular was
I'm curious.
6 figures.
Really?
Yeah.
Probably more than
Altogether,
the car, right? Like more
insurance
than
and
the-
everything, yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's insane. That's crazy. Have you ever visited any of these places you've shipped stuff to?
That one in particular, no. We do mostly import. I work for
okay.
JCR brokerage.
Okay.
And mostly garments, clothes,
All right.
furniture.
Not really.
But we actually have clients like Gucci. What's the other
Okay.
one?
Anything fall off a truck?
No, we're not doing that.
You know?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Everybody gives that joke.
Yeah, right? Well, years ago, back in the day.
It was different
It
back then. You
happened.
can't do that now. Everything is tracked. You got no
Yeah.
chance.
And modern technology. You know what I'm saying? There's cameras all over the place.
Oh yeah, our office is across the street from the airport, so we have helicopters and now planes, the whole
No,
works.
it's funny because my grandfather was a fruit and vegetable man back in the day when they started with horses with carts. And he would
Yeah.
tell the story of how bananas came on the stalks, right? You had a stalk of
Yeah, yeah,
bananas.
yeah.
And he would tell me how he used to get black market bananas from Cuba. And they would be like 2 cents a pound or something. Like
That's
it was
one hell of a
it
deal.
was crazy when you think about it, So like when you're talking about, import export stuff, it like just brings me back to my grandfather. So that's cool. So that's what you're doing.
Yeah.
And you got to pay your bills, but then all of a sudden, I don't know, you
Yeah.
got bit by the acting bug
Yes, I did.
because you got into acting.
Yes, I did.
And how did that happen?
Well, that happened when I decided to skip work one day.
Okay.
I go to Roosevelt Field Mall,
Yeah.
and I saw a car being raffled off. I forgot what it was. I think it was some sort of sports car. I think it was a Mazda Miata.
Okay.
And I come across Richard Kern. He was
Okay.
doing that.
Yeah.
And then he was asking me.
Wait. You just bumped into Richie there?
Yeah.
Or was he filming there?
No. He was raffling off the car.
Oh, he was raffling off the
Yes.
car.
And then he got into like, you got a face for acting like I do. And at first I thought he was, joshing me on.
Right.
And end up, that was my very first gig for Even the Score. He put me into that.
Wow. So that's pick C, please, if we can put that up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. So Even the Score, you played, your character was Wayne.
Yes.
Okay. And was that written and directed by Rocco?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Say his last name. Do you want to say his last name? Was it? Is it Gorilla?
Yeah, that
Am I
sounds
saying it right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
Thank
believe
you,
so.
Carmine. And so he just said, "Hey, you got a face, and I want you to do this."
Well, at first, he basically needs somebody for stunt work.
Okay.
So I was doing that.
Yeah.
Most of the time I was wearing a mask, so you couldn't tell it was me.
Okay.
But the scene where a body's laying on the floor and then when the main character shoots and my head bops off the floor, what happened was I bopped it so good I actually hit my head on the floor, and I was kind of little seeing stars.
Oh wow.
They're like, "You okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine."
Wow.
And then when we were holding the woman hostage, me and another gentleman, we threw ourselves back and shot.
Yeah.
And then the final one where they get ambushed, they were trapped in the room. I was the first one who came through the door
Yeah.
to shoot, and also the first one to get shot dead.
But that's so cool when you think about it, considering you liked those kind of movies.
Yeah, I
growing
was like,
up.
this is great.
And here you are,
It was fun.
booking your first movie, and and you
Yeah.
have all that physical, actions to do.
I try to stay in shape.
So after even the score, pick D, please. You actually work with Richard Kern again.
Yes.
On Cairo Killer. And Cairo Killer, which I actually saw, you played Ralph Colson.
Yes.
And thank you. And wait, Ashbet.
you
You
gotta
see
break
what
up
I
the
got to
play.
do? This is what happens. That was written by Bella DiMartini.
Yes.
Shout out to Bella DiMartini and Richard Kern.
Yes, they both wrote.
And tell everyone about that.
Well, Richard said that I did so well, and even the score, I took direction well. He was like, "You want to act?" I'm like, "Yeah, might as well at this point."
Yeah, let me give you some lines, kid.
Yeah, and that was a real fun experience. Once again, I actually had to do stunt driving in that role. What Richard did was that the whole accident with the family, it was completely shot in reverse. So they had to get off the hood, pretended that they just got hit, started walking in reverse.
Yeah.
Because when you shoot it forward, it all comes together.
Yeah, that is so cool.
Yeah. I actually had to practice a couple of times with the truck. Like, I gotta make sure the brakes are good.
Yeah, really. Did you find that was like the most challenging thing for you on that particular set?
Challenging? I mean, I don't want to sound like nothing's challenging, but when I feel like I got to do a task, I got to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's like it's for the
it's
shot.
always safety
yeah.
first, and you have to,
Right.
do you have to do.
I was practicing a couple of times with the break-in with Sarah Martin.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, she was doing the makeup for that.
Okay. Shout out to Sarah.
Hey, Sarah.
She's traveling
Yeah, I wish
right
I had
now.
her job.
Wait, I told her if she needs an assistant, my bags are packed at the bottom of my closet, always ready to go. That's what they're doing. Then we're gonna go to E, please. Thank you, because E, you did Tapping Out.
Well, that's still in pre-production.
That's yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
it's a while.
It's a while, but sometimes things
But
take
it's
time.
a great story behind it.
But you're playing Lenny Russo.
Yes.
And that was the story was by Frank Coria, right? Frank, right?
Carrera.
Carrera. What did I
Right.
say, Coria? I'm
Yeah.
sorry, Carrera. Hello. Sorry, Frank. Forgive me. I love you. Who I've had on the show as
Right.
well. And then let's get to it, okay?
Which one?
We're gonna get to F. Because we're going to talk about the Fontanas. Okay, so the Fontanas is, you can leave that there, thank you, is Jerry Ferretti.
Yes.
Okay, that's his baby. He wrote it. You play Woody.
Yes.
And
The youngest brother.
the youngest brother out of all the Fontana brothers. And it's a great series. First it was going to start out as a movie, and I think then Jerry decided to do it as a series, right?
I believe so. I came in afterwards.
Yeah, you did. You actually replaced an actor.
Yes.
Yeah. Can we go to G, please? Because there's you wearing the shirt.
I actually wore that to work.
A walking ad.
Yeah.
I love it. And then let's go to L. Thank you, because that's
Aw.
you and I, a cute pic. That's actually on set.
Yeah, I was actually helping out that day.
Because you were, but you were there when we were filming, and Vern was there, and Ernest, and who else was there?
Of
Obviously
course,
Jerry.
And who? Oh, there was another gentleman actor.
Me.
I think.
Oh,
Please
I can't.
forgive me, I forgot.
Sorry.
He was playing the psychiatrist.
Yes. Yes, I know. He's playing this. I'm gonna.
And we're both still not remembering.
No,
right
his
now.
name's gonna come to me when I'm not thinking of it. That's for sure. Yeah, I have it somewhere because he actually was Vincent
There we go.
Vitale. Sorry, Vinny. And I actually want him on the show. He's a little shy,
Aw.
but I'm working on it. And M. Did we hit M?
What's
M. There you go.
Oh, the
okay,
crew.
leave that up. So that's another scene that was shot at a bar.
Right.
So all right. So we have Angela, and Ralph Bracco's there, and Jerry, and Vern, and Joe DeBarry, the birthday boy
right
tomorrow. And who else is in there that I can't see?
Ernest is all the way in the back.
Oh, okay. I didn't see him. Okay.
Yeah.
And who else?
Did we get?
I should put on my glasses, but they're not for far away.
Oh boy.
Forgive us. But that was a scene. Actually, you worked a camera that day?
Yeah, just a little swivel, because Jerry was acting.
Okay, because if not, he was doing the camera?
Yeah, most of the time Jerry's doing. Well, all the time Jerry's doing the camera.
Okay, all right, yeah, because he knows what he likes.
Yes.
That's for sure. All right. Well, listen, we're going to take my first break. Hey, don't go away. Stay right where you are, because there's so much more to talk about when we get back.
Well, hi there, Theresa. It's John York from General Hospital. I am just checking in because apparently you have a great talk show called Tea Time on Strong Island TV. I want you to have continued great success and have a lot of fun. It sounds like you're having a lot of fun, and that's pretty much the key to everything, isn't it? So continued success. I'm proud of you. Have a great day, Theresa. Bye.
Hey, shout out to Wendell, who's in the picture. Sorry. Oh, we remember during break. This is what happens when you get old. It's true. It's true. It's so true. You need readers, and you just have a lot of brain farts. But I have a legit reason, so. And
So we gotta blame me.
I got legit reasons, so I don't mind whipping it out either, you know, when I have to. All right, so Frank Vitale is with me, and Frank is an actor, and he's a producer. And he's a friend, and we got to, you know, work together. We haven't done any scenes yet together.
No scenes together.
But we've been in the same room with cameras rolling. And I want to go to pick H, please, if we can, and talk about a beach house in the Hamptons.
Oh yes.
And this is, you play Clayton Perry.
Yes.
And this is written and directed by Thomas Robinson.
Yes.
And you are actually the executive producer. Thank
Correct.
you. So tell us how all this came about, you executive producer man.
Well, I knew Tom through Frank when he was doing a.
The tapping out thing?
No.
Something
It
else?
was something else. It was another show that they were doing together. I
Okay.
forgot what it was. It had something to do with the murderer.
Oh, okay.
Lester Vaughn. There you go.
Okay.
So at first,
At
I
first.
was telling Frank, I'm like, this guy's gonna be filming on an iPhone. I'm like, is this gonna look good?
That's the new thing these days.
And when I looked at it, I'm like,
holy crap.
shit, it really? I'm sorry, I cursed.
It's okay. It's
I'm
all
like,
right.
but it really came out good.
It's fine. Yeah, no, it's great.
He was great.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know, he knows what he's doing.
Yes.
So when he approached me with the script for Beach House in the Hamptons, you know, like I say, I like to read a script and digest it a little bit. With this one, I couldn't put it down. I read it completely through.
Yeah.
I wanted to know what was happening next.
Yes.
What was going to happen
It was
to
a
the people at the
page-turner.
Yes.
I love those.
And then as soon as I was done, I'm like, we got to do this. We got to make this movie.
It has to happen.
Right. I was ready to go in. I was like, listen.
When can we get it done?
Yeah.
Basically. Yeah.
And we filmed all over the place. We were in East, South, and East Hamptons.
Yes.
Some scenes in Stony Brook, and it was a hell of a ride.
Yeah.
At first, it was
How
a
long
little
did that
challenging.
take? How long did that take to shoot?
Oh, that was all last summer.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We always
a couple
have to
of months. Would you
Probably close to 2 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. But you got it done.
Hey, everybody's got to work. Everybody, and then we work on the weekend.
Yeah.
Some of the crew slept over the house, and we
Yeah.
just get it started again in the morning.
Yeah. Well, I know that you stay out here sometimes at Jerry's because
Oh,
instead
yeah.
of schlepping all the way back to Queens.
I invite
right?
myself over to Jerry's
Well,
house
we went
when
out
we
to
do
dinner
nihilist.
that one night. We were at dinner, remember?
Yeah.
And you're like, I'm not driving home. And I'm like, I don't blame you.
I don't want to. No,
I
back
don't
and forth.
blame you.
All that week. No.
Can you see yourself living on Long Island, or you just?
I like to.
Yeah, eventually. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because I know you're out here a lot.
I am.
You know, that's
come
why
here.
I didn't think you lived in Queens anymore.
Yeah.
I thought you were out here.
Everybody thinks that.
Yeah, you like it that way, right?
Yeah.
They don't really know where I really live. Okay, and then let's go to I, please, if we can go to I, because that is the exchange,
Oh yes.
and that's with that's George Massimillo.
Yes.
Who I did It's Love Bro with, and thank you. So tell me about this.
Well, at first I auditioned to play the best friend of the main character, and I got beat by Glenn McBride.
Hey, shout out to Glenn McBride. I've had him on my show.
Yes, he was great. If I was gonna lose a role, I'm glad to somebody
glad that
that I
he got
like.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then George called me back. He's like, "You want to play the share right holder, share right holder driver?" I'm like, "Yeah, I could do that." And who do I see? I see Laura Gilchrist. Laura Gilchrist was also in my movie too.
Yes.
I also saw her
Yeah.
in It's Love Bro.
Right.
When I saw that, I'm like, I have to have Laura for my movie.
Right. She plays my son's girlfriend.
Right.
Yeah. So that's good. And it's nice when we've talked about this in the past, it's nice when you work with the same people you worked with before, because you know how they work, their work ethics, you know what to expect from them. And then sometimes, there is some kind of chemistry on the set where things just click and flow. And it's also nice because every set that I've been on so far has been pleasant.
Oh, yes.
And it's nice, looking forward to seeing everybody.
I haven't had a bad experience yet.
Which is nice, is nice. Keep it that way,
Yeah.
Let's just keep it that way. And then you have, if we can go to J, please, because we have this one that I was like, what's this?
Oh, that's Mace Griffin. Tom Robinson is also going to be doing that one. This is going to be like a little mini-series.
This is a mini-series,
right?
right?
We're going to put it on YouTube. And we're still making the set. We're still making like the cockpit for the shuttle and everything like that. And it's going to be mostly green screen, and we got a program to do all the special effects. But, it just takes a while to get it, put it all together.
Yeah. And what's this going to be about? Because you look like a badass there.
Yeah, I play a space bounty hunter. It's actually based upon a video game character.
Really? That's cool. And do you have any idea, you want to start that in the fall maybe, or you want to?
He's mentioned that he wants to do seasonal because in the winter we're going to do make it a snow planet.
Okay.
And then woods and all that stuff, but takes some time.
All right. And I'm assuming you're the lead in this.
Yes, I am. First lead.
That's exciting.
Action, finally, because that's what I always wanted to do.
Yeah. No, that's good. Do you have any input with the writing at all for this one?
No, not with that one, no. Tom is always writing.
Okay.
Every time I'm talking to him, he's always writing something.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of
That's
good
what writers
material.
do. Writers write. Writers write. That's really exciting. It really is. Well, speaking before about Jerry Ferretti.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me how you met Jerry, because I know you work with him on a couple of things,
Yes.
which we're going to discuss. But how'd you meet him?
I came highly recommended to him by Michelle Astor.
Okay, shout out to Michelle. All right.
Yeah.
So you met Michelle, and Michelle said, "Hey, I got to introduce you to Jerry."
Yes, I
or-
actually met Michelle in Nihilif. That was my second time going there.
Okay, and that's Jerry's
Yes.
film festival.
That's Jerry's Film Festival.
And that's in October, correct? So people are submitting
Yes.
now.
I'm going to be submitting the Beach House in Hamptons too.
Oh, okay. Nice. I'm looking
And
forward to seeing it then.
Like I said, I always crash at Jerry's house because I don't want to go home. I stay every day of the week at the Nihilif because I don't want to miss a thing.
No, I know.
It's great.
I know.
It's great.
I know. It was really, really good. It was my second year there. It was last year. I was there the year before, which was great, and then last year was really cool because I actually had 3 films in it, which was nice because it was like the first time I went to a film festival. Was actually Deborah Markowitz's film festival that she does in Belmore. It was the first time I went to one, and she had asked me if I could help out, and I was the trophy girl, and I was a reader, and I was doing interviews, and I just couldn't get over these independent films that were incredible, and I'm like, I want to be part of that. I want to do something like that, and I was lucky that I had 3 in Jerry's, and I was nominated for one of them with Frank Fiella. Shout out to Frank Fiella, who played my husband. And it was fun. It's just a lot of fun, and you get to network and meet great people, and there's just so many talented people out there. You know, and you get to see.
I think it was last year we saw Dan Lauria there.
Dan Lauria was there, and Dan was nice enough to do my show. And then shout out to my girlfriend Maria DeMarco, who's a makeup artist. I invited her to come to meet people and network.
Yes.
And shout out to Mark, the Animal Mendoza from Twisted Sister, because
I remember him there,
he and I have become fast friends, and
That's great.
and he does voiceover work, and now he's getting into acting. He's doing some stuff that I'm not going to mention yet, but I hooked him up with someone.
Good.
And he's working, and I'm happy for him. So brought him too to the film festival so he can meet people.
Yeah, he took my seat.
He took your seat. Well, I'm not going to argue with Mark. He's a big boy,
Yeah, he's awesome.
But no, he's a sweetheart, and it's just a nice time. It's a good time.
Yeah.
And and
the
then
ceremony was beautiful. The tables.
Yeah.
You had the brunch.
Yeah, they set up an award ceremony, and then we had the brunch, and it was just really nice to see everyone's work.
Yeah.
And it was fun. I had a good time. It was nice. You get dressed up, you take some pictures on the red carpet, and it was nice.
But seeing everybody's work is.
But you've been there now how many years now? Because I've only been there 2. Because how long ago did you meet Jerry?
Wow, when it comes to time, I'm really bad. It's been a few years now. I say like 3. Yeah. 3 years, 4 years.
Okay. All right.
Forgive me if I'm wrong.
So I wasn't that far behind you.
Right.
Okay. Cool. All right. And we can put up some pics for this, Carmine. We could put up pics N, please. Because there you are.
There we go. I think that was my first time being there being on the Fontanas at the Nihilif.
Okay. Yes. Okay. And then we could put up O, please. And then that's okay.
Crew.
That's the crew. There's a lot of us there, including Glenn McBride, and I'm there, and you're there, and Angela's there,
Kathrina's there, Melissa.
Yes, and
Angela Parker, you,
and I can't.
And Laura Gilchrist is in the back over there.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. So again, it's a fun time.
Yeah, it really is great.
Now, so you're submitting the one?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. Because I told you, I wrote a short. I wrote my first short.
Yeah.
It's probably like 6 minutes.
Okay.
And it's just a matter of, obviously I can't submit anything this year because I didn't film it yet. But it's a process.
Absolutely.
And so maybe next year, we'll see.
All right. I'll definitely be there.
I know you will be. Listen, we're going to take a second break when we come back, we're going to continue with Frank and find out about a show that he does live every now and then. We'll be back after this. Don't go away.
How you doing? It's Sal the Voice Valentinetti. Why are you watching me? You should be watching Theresa Farrell Tea Time with Theresa Farrell. And make sure you follow Theresa on Facebook. Tea Time with Theresa Farrell. We'll see you there.
I love the way you say my name. I love. Hey everybody, welcome back to Tea Time. I'm with Frank Vitale. He's an actor and he's a producer. You know, he's a newbie. He's a newbie new to the scene. And I sometimes, you know, it's nice. I have seasoned, you know, actors and entertainers on, but every now and then I like to have people like Frank, seriously, who, you know, you have not your toe in the water anymore. You've got like half your body going on, and you're taking that plunge by even, you know, executive producing and really taking the bull by the horns, because, you know, sometimes you have to make your own content and put it out there.
Yes, you do.
You know?
Because sometimes you don't always get the part of the auditions that you want.
Exactly.
So, I mean, I do have a few parts in, you know, the Beach House in the Hamptons, but I'm all right with that.
Yeah. So we were talking about Jerry Ferretti and the film festival, and while we were there this past October, they did a thing called Shoot the Scene.
Oh, yes.
So before we actually show a clip from it, tell everyone what Shoot the Scene was and who directed it, and how did it all come about?
That was actually the very first time they were doing it there. Jerry asked me, he's like, how do you feel about, you know, doing Harry Met Sally remake? I'm like, which one is it? Is the one where she's like, you know, having her little moment?
Orgasmic, yeah.
She's like, no, not that one. It's the conversation about
When they first meet.
When they first meet,
Right.
and when they go on to their trip to New York.
Right.
So I found out that you basically have 1 hour.
1 hour.
To shoot. And then 24 hours to edit and present it.
Wow.
And I did it with Laura Gilchrist. Mm-hmm. And it was a lot of fun. Actually, we did it.
George wrote it.
George wrote it.
And he updated it to today's times.
Correct.
So let's take a look at the clip. Thank you.
Order ready?
Yeah, I thought we might be in a rush. So Amanda mentioned you might like a cheeseburger.
Yeah, I guess that works.
Did you want something else?
Nah, I'm good.
So I have it all figured out. It's an 18-hour trip, which breaks down to 6 shifts of 3 hours each. Or alternatively, we could break it down by mileage. I have it mapped out on my app. It should reroute us if necessary, but I already added stops where we can change shifts.
Hey, are you on Instagram?
No, I stay away from social media.
Why not?
I just don't.
Why don't you tell me the story of your life?
The story of my life?
Yeah, we got 18 hours on the road to New York. Might as well get to know each other.
I drank out of that water, by the way.
Sorry. You can finish it.
It's okay. So yeah. I mean, basically not much has happened in my life, which is why I'm going to New York.
So something will happen to you?
Yes.
Like what?
Like going to journalism school to become a reporter.
So you can write about things that happen to other people?
That's one way to look at it.
Suppose nothing happens to you. Suppose you live there your whole life and nothing happens. You never meet anybody. You never become anything. And finally, you die one of those New York deaths where no one notices for 2 weeks until the smell drifts into the hallway.
Amanda mentioned your dark side.
That's why she loves him.
Your dark side?
Sure. Why? Don't you have a dark side? No. You're probably one of those cheerful people who dot your eyes with the little hearts.
It was really cool. So it was like 8 minutes. It was like an 8-minute short total. And obviously, you know, we just saw a little snippet of it, but I thought it was really cool how George updated the script, you know, like, are you on Instagram? And then later on you mention something with GPS, you know, like I think you mentioned there's something else in there with today's modern technology.
I'm trying to remember what it was now.
I can't remember exactly.
It was a while ago. It was
but
last year.
I know, but it was really cool
Yeah.
of how, you know, Harry Met Sally still works today.
Oh, yes.
You know? Now, again, you had an hour to film.
Right.
How long did you have to learn your lines?
Oh, I was studying those lines for like a good 2 weeks straight. I just wanted to make sure I had it.
You had them in advance.
Yes.
It wasn't like they just gave them to you.
No. It's like, here's the script. Get it all done.
Okay. So you had time.
Yes. The script I had for a while.
Okay.
And then I rehearsed it with Laura a couple of times. And George was a real pro.
Yeah.
I didn't think all that could be done in an hour, but he did it.
Amazing,
with his
right?
crew, too. And
Michael was there as well.
Michael was there, yes.
Yeah.
And Donnie was there, too.
Okay.
And we had an audience there, too. Everything was done right in front of them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't think I was going to pull it off.
You absolutely did.
Thank you.
Did, and it was nice that they played it at the festival.
Yes, they played the trailer for season 2 of the Fontanas, and
yes, which actually I saw myself in the trailer. I was like, I made the trailer. Woo! Can't play the trailer because there's a lot of cursing in the trailer. There's a lot of cursing
sadly.
in the trailer. Sorry, but it is it is really, really good. We have a picture actually with P. If we could put up P, because there's a gentleman in the Fontanas that you took a picture with. Now that's okay. Now let's explain this picture. So we have Jerry Ferretti.
Yes.
And then next to him is Chaz Palminteri. And then next to him is Sandy
Blue Eyes.
Blue Eyes, who's actually Chaz's bodyguard.
Correct.
And then you. So this was, I guess, like a meet and greet, or they had something going on?
Yes, a meet and greet at the wine place, and we got a couple of signed bottles of Chaz's
wine, right? And so I just met Sandy, lovely man. I just met him at who'd I say? See what happens? Oh my God! In Westbury.
Okay.
At a documentary for Chuck Zito.
Oh, yeah.
And the documentary was amazing, and I met him there, and I was saying, and I'm so shy. I just walked right up to him and I said, "Hi, my name is Theresa, and I'm in the Fontanas with you, but I haven't met you yet." And he was so sweet and so nice, just a nice gentleman. So, and I think that was his very, very first time in front of the camera, right? I don't think he's done anything before that.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, no, I didn't get to ask him, but I know he had fun and it was exciting.
Oh yeah, everybody has a great time on that. So
yeah.
But that's what it is. You know, when you have a great time, you have great company. It's a job that you don't mind doing.
Yeah.
So hopefully
you don't feel like you're working.
Yeah.
You really don't.
I want to do that full time.
Yes, you do. So your goal is to eventually
fully submerge into it.
Right. Retire from what you're doing during the day.
Hopefully.
Because you're young, Frank. I
guess so.
You're a baby. He's a baby. You're very young. So, but if you do have the opportunity to, commit yourself full time to this, then yeah.
I think there might be a fork in the road eventually one day.
Yeah. No, I get it. We all have these, decisions to make.
That's
and
life.
Yeah, it is totally. And I want everyone to also know that you can follow Frank. His name's right there, Frank Vitale, on Facebook. And it's Frank Vitale 23 on Instagram. Are you anywhere else? Do you talk?
Instagram is Frank Vitale 23. You can just look up Frank Vitale on Facebook.
Yeah.
But to tell you the truth, I'm not really active. I've been told that I should be active.
Yes, you should. You should. I mean, there are some things that you need to stay on top of. I know, I get it. I'm so not like tech savvy myself, and there are things that I don't do or I can't do, or I'm like, can you do this for me? My daughter.
You need an assistant for that?
Valerie. Val, can you help me? Because your mom's an idiot, so I don't know.
Don't say that.
But no, I just so I'm just excited for you because this is like another chapter.
Oh, thank you. I said before, I'm like, you're pretty interesting too. Maybe we should have reversed roles and I should interview you.
You want to ask me a question?
Right now?
Well, that's up to you.
Okay, what's the latest projects that you're going to be working on?
Oh, here we go. Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is so weird. I'm actually filming this week.
Okay.
I'm filming Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday with Frank Mancuso.
Oh, okay.
And back there, the guy working my show, Carmine, is playing my son. And it's a trilogy. Mm-hmm. And I can't give anything away, but I play Carmine's mom. And I wasn't in the first episode, but I'm in the second. Mm-hmm. And I'll be in the third. And
so it's all set for you.
It's set, and I'm excited, and I'm looking forward to it. And then the 21st of the month, I'll be filming in Staten, Italy. I'll be back in Staten Island, finishing a movie with Omar Moore.
Okay.
And then hopefully he can get that into either the festivals or put it, let it stream somewhere.
Yeah.
Speaking about streaming, let's talk about Vern.
Oh yeah.
Who was in that pic with the Fontanas? Now Vern is behind the camera
most of the time.
Most of the time, right?
Mm-hmm. He does the audio.
But he doesn't do any kind of cameos, or is he in front of the camera at all, right?
For the Fontanas, I don't.
Was he an extra or anything? No.
I think he might have been an extra in the background.
Okay.
I think.
So shout out to Vern.
Yes.
Because Vern is in the movie The Forest Hills.
Yeah, you told me to watch it,
which
and I did.
is Shelley Duvall's last movie she did, and that's Scott Goldberg. And you watched it. I said, watch it, because it's a crazy movie.
Yeah, Edward Furlong is in it too.
And I actually auditioned for a part, Shelley Duvall's mother, younger. And Shelley Duvall plays a young, like 20 or 30-year-old. And I had sent the audition to my mother. And my mother's like, oh my God, I hated it. I hated it. You were awful. You were terrible. And I'm like, thank you. Because that's the exact reaction I wanted. And then I sent it to you. What did you think?
I thought it was great.
It's scary
Typical,
though, right?
like.
But it's so not what I am used to portraying.
Right.
Whether it's a mom or doing comedy or playing Frank Faiola's wife.
I thought you were hilarious and Me and My Nuts.
You liked Me and My Nuts?
Yeah, I did.
It was really good.
I liked it.
I liked it. I like it too.
Especially when you started smoking.
Which I don't do. It's
Totally
funny to see. Yeah, but let's talk about drugs real quick.
Oh boy.
Because in Me and My Nuts, I have to smoke a joint. I have to smoke pot, and I don't smoke. And so they rolled up herbs or something.
Was it oregano?
I don't know what they rolled, but it was nasty. It was the nastiest. It was so gross. So when I choke in the movie, I'm really choking. Like, that's not, I really was choking.
So that was all you.
It was all me. It was authentic. I was not acting at that moment. I was coughing up a lung.
Well, doing pretend drugs.
And you
have
to pretend you're snorting coke.
Yeah, in my movie, yes. It's also on the trailer. That's why they can't show it.
It's not.
Go on YouTube to watch it.
It's not that we can't show it because, I'll share it. I'll share it on my page to watch his trailer. The reason why we can't show it is because there's cursing in it, and my show goes to cable, and we can't curse. So he couldn't beep it out. So
Sorry.
if he does ever beep it out, then I can show it. But in the meantime, you had to snort cocaine. There was a scene of you snorting cocaine. So do you want to give away what you're actually snorting?
It was vitamin D powder.
It's so wild.
Some of my family members are freaking out. I'm like, it's not real. Like they see something, they think it's real, and it's really not.
But what happened with me on Me and My Nuts is that we had more than one joint. We had prop joints, right? And someone else on the set didn't need a prop joint, and I actually grabbed his instead of mine, and it actually ended up being.
You smoking papaya?
Yes. And I was like, whoa. Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy.
I actually got the idea
from
Angel Salazar.
Okay, can we put up that pic, please? Because we do have a pic queue mentioning our beloved Angel, who unfortunately passed away. I met Angel a couple of times. He came to hang out at Coaster's Tavern in East Meadow, and then he was at soprano con, mob con in Atlantic City. Oh God, I think that's like 4 years ago already.
Yeah.
And he was so sweet. Theresa,
Yeah, he was great.
come here, let me
Oh,
give
he's
you a
hilarious,
hug.
too.
And hysterical. And you know, later in life, you know, for those of you who don't know, he was in the movie Scarface.
Yeah, he
and
played
he was,
Chi-Chi.
yeah, he played Chi-Chi, and he was Pacino's right-hand guy. And he, for those of you who don't know this, but Angel got into stand-up.
Yes.
He was doing stand-up all over New York and Long Island.
I actually met him here in the studio with Frank and
Yes, yeah.
Washington.
When he did his show here, Frank had Angel on as a guest.
Right.
Unfortunately, I never got to have him on.
Oh, when I was actually having dinner with them, I was like picking his brain. That's how I learned that they were snorting vitamin powder.
That's what they were snorting in Scarface.
So I remembered
They
that.
did a lot of vitamin D. That is so wild.
Yeah.
Carmine, isn't that wild? They were snorting friggin' powdered
Vitamin powder,
D.
yeah.
Who would have thunk it? No, seriously.
So that's, you know, that's why it looked really good when I was doing it. It made like, you know, a nice
the
line.
line, yeah. So you had Angel as a reference.
Yes.
That's cool. It is cool. So you told them about what you were going to be doing, or you just asked
No,
them?
that was way before. I
Yeah,
didn't,
so you just,
know.
like, before the concept.
Right, I just wanted to know what it was.
Yeah.
And then that's what it was.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Now, how many times did you have to do that take? Because I didn't want you to OD on vitamin D.
Yeah, vitamin D. No, it was one take.
Did you?
I actually did that one, that whole scene that I did with
Yes.
me and
Yeah.
the guy who plays Milo is played by Anwar.
Right.
And
this is not a movie for kids, let's
No,
just say.
it
'cause
is-
there's
it's a
actually,
mature
there's,
movie.
there's actually nudity.
briefly, yes.
Nudity in this movie.
And of course, cursing.
No, that's a given.
It goes without saying.
But but there's nudity. And we're going to talk about more nudity when we come back after this. Let's take my next break. I'll have my clothes on, but we'll be right back after this.
Doc, who's the best comedian you know?
Theresa Farrell.
And who's the best actress you know?
Theresa Farrell.
And who's the best cast member in Bad Boys?
Teresa Farrell.
Who's got the best radio?
Teresa Farrell.
Doc, who's your favorite Jimmy?
Teresa Farrell.
Who are you loving right now?
Teresa Farrell.
All right, Doc, I love you too, baby.
Love you as always.
Thank you.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Tea Time. I'm so glad you're with me tonight. I appreciate the love and the support. And we're here every Monday night, live, 8 o'clock on YouTube and Facebook. And then my show goes to Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Twitch TV, Apple TV, everywhere you could hear podcasts, and seen every Saturday at 11 a.m. on Channel 20 for people who live on Long Island and get Optimum TV.
Excellent.
So we're going to be on TV on Saturday. See?
Already on TV?
This we're on now live, but we're going to be on TV Saturday. So tell your Long Island peeps who get Optimum
Yes.
to tune in, because we're not in Queens yet. We're trying to get on Fios
Yeah,
too.
my mom was asking about that.
Well, you're gonna have to show her the YouTube.
Yeah, we'll show her on the YouTube.
But yeah, so we're talking about getting naked before the break, and my last guest that I had on the show before the holiday, Deborah Toscano, we were talking about how if we would do nudity and if it would call for it, because shout out to Mary Kennedy out there from the show Shameless, did a scene where she was getting out of the shower. And obviously we don't take showers with our clothes on. And so it had to be realistic, and it was quick, and it was done tastefully. And I was saying how I think I would do nudity.
You will?
Why are you laughing? I said I think I would do it just from the waist up. And I think I would do it if the scene called for it and if it made sense.
Oh, yes.
You know, it has to make sense.
And
I'm
done
not just going to just
tastefully.
do it to do it.
Right.
Has to make sense. Where Deborah said, I don't care. I'll just do it to do it. And we, of course, we both laughed. It was pretty funny.
Yeah.
But again, you like showing women's breasts, but I said it's okay to show a man's behind.
Yeah.
Right?
Sure.
But you're not showing that in your film.
No, I volunteered, but the director said no one wants to see that. So I said, okay.
Well, it was nice. It was brave of you to volunteer.
Listen, there's one actress in
Excuse
particular.
me, can we bring in a body double, please? We need a boob double and a butt double, please.
There was one actress in our movie that went all out.
Okay.
And
full frontal?
Yeah, full frontal.
Okay.
And I had to give her props. I'm like, you got a lot of guts to do that because I don't even think I could do that.
Right.
She was awesome.
Yeah.
I don't want to give it away. You got to watch the movie.
No, I can't give it away. Everyone's going to be flocking to this one. Rated R?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. It's your film. You can do whatever you want. Yeah?
I could have, but I'm not like that.
No, I know. Everything was done accordingly.
Everything was done
Was it a closed set when she got naked? Was it a closed set? And did you have an intimacy coach?
Yes, we did.
Okay, because I was offered, and I told you, I'm not going to say who, what, where, why, when, but I will say that I was offered a role to play a prostitute. I've played a madam before, which I will be doing again.
I can see that.
Thank you. And but they wanted me to play the prostitute, and they wanted me not naked. They actually wanted me in my bra and underwear.
Yeah.
And simulate sex. And he said there'll be a blanket between the two of you. And he continued, and I said, okay, well, I just like, what's the scene about?
Yeah.
Tell me what it's about. And
Does it make sense?
Do I have any lines?
Yeah.
And he's like, no, there's no lines. And then at that point, I was like, here's my reel, and if you need someone with more clothes on and lines, let me know.
Yeah.
But I didn't feel comfortable.
Yeah, no, when you're totally not comfortable with it, no one's forcing you to do it.
Yeah.
But
unless maybe it was Bradley Cooper in the scene with me.
Sure, you wouldn't mind that.
Or someone else that, I wouldn't mind having a scene with, and I'm saying, big name. No, I'm just saying, it'd have to be a big name. But yeah, I mean, it's the craft we chose to do.
Yes, I
And
mean, we always have to emulate real life.
Yeah.
So, that's part of life.
I get it. Most people don't have sex on with clothes, so I mean, I get it. Yeah, I get it. So in the meantime, we have a couple of minutes left.
Sure.
So where do you go from here, my friend? What's next?
What's next? Like I said, Tapping Out is in pre-production. That would be next. I think we want to get that started sometime in September.
That's exciting.
Yeah. I don't mind playing a mob captain. That'll be my first role as a, I guess, bad guy.
Yeah. That's good. Mm-hmm. But you can't smile and smirk and keep showing those dimples.
I know.
Those dimples kill me.
Gives it.
I'm a sucker for dimples, man. I mean, I've been watching GH, General Hospital, since high school, and Maurice Bernard, who plays Sonny, and those dimples. Like, you've got killer dimples.
Oh, thank you.
You do. And
I gotta be stone-faced
you
for that one.
Yeah, you gotta be stone-faced, because, you just show one of those dimples, it's hard to take you serious.
I'll be like this.
I don't know. Yeah, I like when you squint. It makes you look mean. No, when you squint.
Oh, just like when I was
like
holding
when you're squinting with Laura.
the gun, yeah.
Yeah, when you're squinting. Mm-hmm. Yeah, when you squint. Look, you see? I don't know what he's going to do, people. I really don't. All right, well, listen, I want to thank you for,
thanks for having me.
Coming in from Queens, Howard Beach, right?
He's a beach from Howard
The beach of the Howard. And, and taking the ride. And you're not staying at Jerry's tonight, right?
No. That's in October.
That's in October, yeah. So basically, everyone, again, Frank Vitale on Facebook, Frank Vitale 23 on Instagram, and just watch out for his check out his trailer. Check it out. It's on YouTube, and I will share it on my page.
Thank you. Well, we have our own movie Facebook page. I invited you, so you should have it.
Tell them what it is.
Well, it's the Beach House in Hamptons on Facebook. Just join. Administrator is always there waiting to invite you right in, and you see more more clips.
Yes. Yeah.
More of the cast.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I think it's a great movie.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't wait to see it in its entirety.
Well, we plan on doing a premiere too, but we want to
good.
do the Belmore Station.
Yeah.
Sayville. And then, obviously, I'm going to be doing the rounds on the film festival.
I'll be there tomorrow night. So let's give shout out George Papadamatis. Carmine, I hope you're coming with me tomorrow night. The Belmore Theater, 7 to 9. He's showing his pilot, Jimmy and Jenny's.
Excellent.
And I can't wait to see it. So listen, again, thank you, my friend, for doing this for me. My door's always open.
Thank you for having me.
Eventually we will do something together.
We'll be working in the future.
We will be.
Yes.
We will be. I know we will. All right, everyone, listen. Have a great week. I will see you next week. And remember, tell everyone you love them. Ciao.
Ciao.